What's good, y'all? What's good? Welcome to another show of Yellow Tape with your host DOJ and Doc 0528. You know what I mean? Uncle Jackie will join us later. You know what I mean? Give me 30 seconds and we got y'all.
There's no delay on that one.
Still was playing the music. Yeah, thanks for joining us for another episode of Yellow Tape.
Welcome.
Playing the music. Yeah, thanks for joining us for another episode of Yellow Tape.
Is that coming up for yours? You got
Yeah,
a
that was
delay.
me. Yeah, because I had the show on YouTube going live with us. My bad, y'all.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us with another show
Welcome.
with DOJ. What's up, DO? How you doing today, bro?
Good, man. Another day, man. How you feeling?
I'm doing great, bro. Doing great. Another day. First day of spring today. The weather's not looking like it, but it's gonna bear with us.
Sure, man. We got had all this sunshine for the last few days. Then Mother Nature was like, "Nah, hold up. Let me let you know who's still in charge. Hold on.
Let me remind y'all where y'all at.
What's up?
Yeah, man, we out here. You know what I mean? We're gonna bring another episode. Today's episode is gonna bring y'all a continuation from the New York City Transit System from last week. Our show was Freedom last week, so we just knocked the freedom off. We're just gonna discuss the transit system and the crime within, and the crime about New York City, around about in New York City as well, and what is being done, what could we do as individuals that's out there, as well as what parts that the city could play and the state could play in keeping us safe out there and our families safe out there.
That's right. So, unfortunately, within the week that we had our last podcast, there was an unfortunate incident that happened inside of the NYC subway system, in which a man was left in stable but critical condition after being shot on the train. Unfortunately, once they found the footage and they found actually what went on, this ties into exactly what we were talking about with fare evaders that go on from there, and having more police presences on train stations to avoid some of these small crimes that can go ahead and turn into, or small incidences that can turn into huge crimes. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely facts. And like after we got off the show last week, the incident occurred on the A train at Skim Station, where there is a big police presence there because it's a police station upstairs. And it's just wild because I just really looked at the whole video today. Mm-hmm. I saw pieces of the video and I just thought that, the 36-year-old man who got killed and actually pulled out the gun. I thought
I don't know if he got killed. I don't know if he died.
No, he didn't get killed. No, I think he got killed. Got shot in the head. He got killed. Yeah.
No, well, again, I'll double check again from here, but I definitely didn't check to see if he. The last thing that I saw, he was in critical but stable condition.
Okay. So
and his wounds were pretty sufficient. It was, if I'm not mistaken, once in the neck, once in the torso, twice to the right side of the face. But this is when you watch the video and you find out actually from accounts of what actually happened, you find out this man was actually the aggressor and he was the reason why there was even a gun involved in the first place.
Now that is all true and all, but now you got to play the backdrop. Let's rewind him getting back on the train and hit. What's up, Uncle Jackie? Welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's good, y'all? What's good? I'm cool, man. Y'all good? Y'all good? My fault for being late.
Nah, you ain't never late, bro. You on time. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I heard y'all talking about police presence or police somebody got hit on the train or something like that.
Oh yeah, we're talking about what happened last week on the A train at Hoyt Skimmerhoint with the guy getting pulling out the gun and getting the gun taken away from him.
So full
and getting shot.
context, because we were going to start from the beginning. Full
Yeah.
context. Man had an altercation with someone on the train, reportedly over a seat. No one knows, or the basis of what it started over really wasn't. You can't really tell what was there, but there was an altercation. He was the aggressor. He starts altercation with a man and a female. It progresses into now we're going to get into a fight, or we're going to go ahead and get into it. And in the midst of a struggle of whatever was going on, woman who was with the man stabs him in the back twice.
Yeah.
When the man was like, when he's holding the 32-year-old man down, he's like, oh, what? You stabbed me. They let him up as they separate. He decides to start taking off his jacket and and that's when he proceeds to wave the weapon.
But hold on. Let's pause that for a second. Before he did that, he was gonna be a snitch. You know what I mean? He was gonna say, yo, I'm telling the cops.
There's two of those. He said not only that, and he also said that I am a cop.
Yeah, he did say something stupid like that.
That was when, after the effect of now he's gonna draw his weapon from there to go ahead and go from there. So either he could have, once that, I feel, if we're gonna talk about it, once that little stabbing started happening, that should have been the end of it. Would have went on from there. That'd have been a separate issue. Now you go ahead and proceed to draw a weapon. You drew a weapon in a closed subway car. And then decided to go ahead and think this is where we were going to progress. The 32-year-old man takes the weapon away from you and shoots you 4 times.
So the dude got stabbed, and then he got shot 4 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, what an idiot. And I only say that because it's like, bro, you had the joint. Why are you getting into altercations? You got the joint on you. So, everybody knows this rule number 1. You got the joint on you. You're not supposed to avoid all altercations as possible.
That's where I was going. So the problem is, and what a lot of people are getting angry about, and they're saying it, Mr. Brenton, how you doing? All they having a problem is, oh well, now they're bringing in the fact that they found the footage of him hopping the train station or going through the emergency doors, and now he's fear evaded. And no, that's like, why they didn't find none of the footage of the guy. They didn't go. Nobody said they didn't find all of this footage. They only released this one to show you if there was police present in the beginning of where this started, wherever he entered the train station. I don't have record of it. Wherever he entered that train station, it would have deterred him from entering that train station and going, yo, you know what? I got that on me. Let me go ahead and go handle the head and avoid all
somewhere else.
But let me present this to you guys because since Jack, you know what I mean, didn't see it as of yet. I'll throw it out there so Jack can see the whole thing. Give me 1 second.
The video?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the first video.
Okay.
It's a 2-part thing.
All right.
Hope this is carefully edited. It looks green.
What?
See,
you can't really hear it. His main thing was that he was mad because about the immigrants, the migrants, you know what I mean, being in New York. He was mad
you
that.
Don't know where he at?
Yeah, no, we definitely know where he at, and that's the crazy part about it. But I understood his concept. Oh, you want to beat up cops? Oh, you beating up cops?
I didn't know honestly how true or false that was. I don't know. Because I could never really clearly hear anything that goes on from there. So I didn't want to throw it out to go ahead and be one of those things, but it could have been that situation as well. Like that could have been what escalated it on from there. Like, oh, that's where he feels like he's more of the aggressor on there. But this whole entire time he's pressing. This is the whole in the train
he's pressing dude for no reason.
This is totally done. This makes no sense. Homegirl leaves. That's the friend he's with. She already knows. Like I can't. This isn't. Let's just walk away from there.
Yeah. So now he gets up, and I'm gonna put a full layout for you guys.
This is unfortunate.
I'm sorry, y'all. They're so shaky.
See a big giant tussling match. Like should have just been de-escalated.
It's Dude didn't really want to fight
There's
either.
no
13
reason for
didn't
it.
want to fight.
Walk away moment. There's a walk away moment. That makes no sense. It's the whole roundabout. There it goes. Unfortunate with the lag. He's already hit there.
I got you with the other footage right now.
620 Gem Star, what it do?
620 Gym Start. Ms. Brinson, thank you for joining. Nelly, thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. What's up, y'all? What's up?
I'm gonna bring out the other video right now. No, that's not it.
Yeah, that crazy lady. Stop jumping up to be your man's superhero or his
Oh, we're gonna talk.
Gumad.
We
Yeah.
definitely that. Now that you here too, definitely got it too. Cause there it goes right there.
She stabbed him twice.
Hit twice. 1,
Now,
2.
if he would have turned around and shot her ass,
I mean, if he would have never got into this whole situation too, all of this could have been avoided. But if he wanted me to be on his side, to be honest, this should have been it right there.
Yep.
He should have been it, and I should have
This-
left. I would
this
have went
should have
straight to
been
the
it.
police.
Once the guy came and grabbed him right here, this should have been it.
I should have went right to the police. It's over.
Yep.
get off the train, next stop, it's over.
Yep.
Yeah, and exactly like you said, there's definitely a police presence there. Because right after this, they was definitely there. It just took a minute to get in there.
Why the hell did he pull the gun?
No,
Yeah.
and this is
But he don't
already
want
in
to,
the
like-
situation. See,
Nah, she
you're
ain't
getting
do
locked up.
nothing.
You're getting locked up. It's over. Why are you
Nah, she
continuing?
ain't do nothing. You didn't do nothing now. Come on, we watching you. You wanted to play the game. This how it go.
Then you don't see anything else from there.
No, you just see the nervousness of everybody else.
Yeah, I think you can end it from there.
Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
And then that's when 4 shots went off after the door opened up.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you don't see no footage. You don't see anything of it. But you, in my opinion, you see an aggressor going ahead and getting de-escalated. That's the whole
Yeah,
situation.
that could have been avoided. And that stabbing is what really
Uh-oh.
once he started really feeling that he got stabbed, that's why it went right back up to what it was. Like, hold up, she stabbed me. I feel liquid leaving my body, my life fluid. This broad stabbed me, and now you're talking about she didn't do nothing. What happened to her?
So
They still looking for her, according to the report. They didn't never found her.
you feel that she was wrong for going ahead and jumping in?
What are you jumping in for? It's a one-on-one affair.
Okay.
It's between two men. It's not like your boyfriend is being jumped. It's not like he's
I
being
know how-
slaughtered.
I'm asking because I know how you feel about certain situations on there. But
Yeah,
if-
I mean,
I
I
know-
know if he getting jumped, don't jump in because you're gonna
Okay,
like what
that's
happened.
more
What
of
happened
the-
now when he recovered? When he recovered now you talking about I didn't talk out then. Yes, you
But-
did. You did a lot.
you know that the situation, this is how it'll be viewed as well. It goes, I was on the train with my significant other or my partner, whatever that person was, whoever that person was, and I know that person, we were both in fear for my life. This is the consequences of fearing for my life. This is what
It's New
happens
York
when you fear
City.
for my life.
It's New York City. They're not going for
No,
that.
no,
You
no.
feared for your life.
I didn't say
How?
I didn't say she's gonna get. I'm explaining what the situations would be,
Oh
and it
no.
lead into
Yeah,
the
she's not getting away
its
with that.
consequences and stuff like so. Just like they got charges for they had they released a press statement on his charges. They're not charging him because everything was self-defense.
Yeah,
They
that's
want to
cool.
talk to the
Her.
girl because the girl was there from there. I'm also agreeing with it. There wasn't need for that from there, but I
But
can see where they'll go. Well, just like he was in fear, I was in fear too. I didn't know what was going to
yeah,
happen. I thought he was going to die.
but
So
I kind
out
of
of my
think,
response, if I look, because I'm gonna be real, if I'm in a situation, I don't expect my wife to stab nobody. But I know for a fact my wife
you
is
will
gonna be like,
stand. Yes,
get
in
off.
fact,
Let's do what we gotta do. No, we gotta get out of here. We need to be safe. We need to be fucked. Whatever's going on here, let's leave all the thing as it is and say, let's go ahead. But that's what's gonna happen. So I agree the aggression was crazy, but that'll be where that'll be fought on that way. Like I didn't know what was gonna come from that way. I feared for everything that was there. I
but
thought he was gonna die.
but I kind of think that when the cops do get to her, she's going to be charged with some type of assault too.
Maybe,
You know what I mean,
maybe,
and it's
maybe.
going to be something light. It's not going
Because
to
it's
be
not
nothing
fair.
serious.
It's not fair. I'm definitely agreeing. It's not fair in the
Yeah,
slightest. I
because
agree. Like that's why I was
it's
trying to understand
escalated.
where Jack was coming from. Like, why would that be? But it's a one-on-one. The situation is as is. If I'm not getting slaughtered, why are you getting in here? You're a
Why are you
female.
doing
Do me a
anything?
favor. Stop jumping into man's situation because something bad is gonna happen to you. Let's move on and let's go ahead and go from there. Let's do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
I get you.
And,
Like
I get you on
I love you for having my back. I love it. Thank you. I
that. Mhm.
appreciate it. But it's not five men stepping on my face. It's
That's
one
also what
man.
I would also bring into that. My wife would be like, I'm not don't this is where I feel we're in danger now. Now it's time for me to give you the little bit boost. Let's go ahead and go. We need to get you not winning this situation.
but
There's no safe way out of this. Let's
We're
go.
not gonna win.
I'm gonna give you an example on that too, but I want to answer Ms. Brinson about I was watching the news and they said the shooter is being charged. No, the
Mm-mm.
shooter got evidence of self defense, so he got released. You know, he
It's
didn't get
fair.
charged with self defense, but they are looking for
Yeah.
that young lady because I think they're gonna charge her with the stabbing. But like I said, it's gonna
If
be
they can
minor.
find them.
It's
Yeah,
not
if they
gonna be
can
life
find them.
threatening or nothing like that. 620 Jim, yeah, she should have stayed out of it. You're right. You know what I mean? Is a man and woman thing, but like I was gonna say, I'm gonna touch back with Jay and Uncle Jack
Mhm.
saying, you know, I had a girl one time, you know what I mean, and this when I was young, and she watches the show, and she could, she wouldn't chime in and say, but I had a guy pull out a gun, not on me, but on K-Born. You understand? And it was a guy from Ocean Hill. He pulled out a gun over there by the junction, and pulled up the gun to the K-Born, but I'm just having to walk with K-Born, so I'm not gonna let K-Born, be in that situation by itself. So I'm with it, but I'm not like trying to put myself there because I don't know what niggas doing when I'm not around them. You understand?
But that's to do with de-escalate. Now you know I'm with you. Do enough to where we can. Whatever
Yeah.
I can do to help out to get away, so we can go do it. That's the rule here. Like
But
there's
I'm
no
gonna tell
reason we
you,
need to overpower and try to go do worse than what's happening.
but I'm gonna tell you, like, the female stepped in between us. Was like, yo, like I don't know what it is, but yo, hell, like we gonna do something or we gonna leave. You know what I mean? Or we all leave it together. Like, and it was just that. Like sometimes females don't think, you know what I mean? And they so in tune with their dude or so in tune with the person that they with that they feel they have to do this or that to get out the situation I have to do this to get that. But I kind of think that situation kind of escalated because I don't think
Yeah.
Duke, no one would have got shot behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he would have never got stabbed, he would have never got shot.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think he would have got shot either.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You
It's
guys
crazy though.
do
So he got
agree.
stabbed and shot. If he
And
was the
shot with his
aggressor,
own gun.
he was the
With his
So
own
aggressor.
gun.
you guys do agree it was that it. But at the end of the day, if he just wasn't the aggressor, none of this would have happened at the end.
That's facts. That's facts.
I mean,
And
if there's no
again,
fight, then there's no situation. But since there was one, you got to go
Mhm.
with the fact that it was a one-on-one. It was a one-on-one. Yeah, he was the aggressor. He should have got his ass whooped, but he got stabbed and shot. Like, yeah, he was the aggressor, but he never drew his weapon. He never
No,
threatened them with a weapon
he
until
does. He
until.
well, it you right, presented with the situation. It's a slippery slope. I get what you're saying, but we don't know where that situation could have went after he had him on that corner. We don't know what would, because he was also armed with a knife and a gun. He was armed with both of them on there when they had him. So we don't know where that could have went from there. That could have turned left early from there. So
I
that's
kind
the
of
issue
think
with it is from there.
I kind of think they both would have been locked up at Hoyt Skim or that they hit the train station.
Ain't that
Had a
that's the
fight.
damn police precinct?
Had a fight. Let them get arrested. Let them go ahead and go about their business to go ahead and go from
And
there.
pick him up the next day. One of them is not coming home. The boyfriend is coming home the next day
But I think
off of a
that
fight. Off of a fight.
that's also why we have to deter some of these people who come in with the strap on them, who come in thinking they have to be, protected and have to live that lifestyle where a weapon needs to be used. Because like you said, if it was just a one-on-one fight, somebody getting their ass whooped, somebody's getting arrested, somebody's going to jail. That's normal
Right.
how confrontation happens.
But
It
Jay,
shouldn't go escalate into something worse into that,
that's so true. Everything you're saying is correct. But looking at that footage, right? And okay, granted that the guy was the aggressor, he was talking his smack, and then we just talk, with words.
Mhm.
Now, say for instance, right, that they got into it and like I said, the train doors open at Hoyt Skimmerhoint. You got people in the train that's already nervous, cops right there, officer. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you
you
see
see, he threw his jacket down, so the gun was not on him. It wasn't like he had it on his waistband, not like he was like. And then when he went to go
That's not
get
it.
it took him a time to get it, so it wasn't like it just like
I think you're missing the fact that the guy who the 32-year-old, because they didn't release no name, the 32-year-old, the Spanish cat, did everything in his power to go ahead and avoid this.
that's true. That's true too.
He did everything in his
That's
power. He was
true.
like, look how long it took between those stations in order for them to go ahead and go there. Look how long it took for that to happen. Like it took a while for that, and he took all that time to go ahead and he proceeded to go ahead and step up and be the aggressor. He proceeded to go ahead and
That's karma, instant karma.
he caught him into the corner and been even more of the aggressor. Now that we don't know what happens to this kid's life. We don't know whether this dude will hit him one time, bing, he hits his head on the side of the chair and it's over with. We don't know if he gets him there, he stomps him out, and the cops come in. What happens? Now we got a broken body, and then we got a dude who got to go to jail.
That's facts.
This isn't don't get it confused with if this was a one-on-one situation where we exchanged words and we were gonna fight on the train like two idiots. Then that's a different story. Then if my girl jumps in because we're being idiots and it goes in from there, that makes everything even worse. That not only makes me look bad, that makes our situation look worse because now we could have de-escalated all of that. Nobody should be armed. Nobody should be going on there. Nobody should be doing that. And just like Ms. Brinson said, who the hell brings a gun on the train?
Facts.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, bro. That doesn't make sense.
Not in New York City.
Y'all are OGs and y'all understand how the world over here works, bro. Never one time have you ever heard, this is what it's gonna go ahead and go be. If I gotta take that step or if I live that life that I have to be like that, why am I even on the train? This just proves if I live that lifestyle or if I'm afraid of that many people, why am I getting on the train anyways?
And I think the best bet for the subway system, to be honest with you, it would be the metal detector. You know what I mean? And granted that that's when the bag search would come into play. You see the thing goes off, excuse me, step to the side, we need to search your bag. You know what I mean? Okay. Now whether it be keys going off or whatever, you understand? Now
okay. No, go ahead. No, I was about to say just metal detectors added on. Is there anything else you'd add on from that one?
I mean, I don't mean like I said, I'm not with that searching thing. You know what I mean? I'm not even with the metal detector either. But I think that to play it play it even. You know, to give the transit a weapon to use against deter this crime, you have to put something up there. I mean, and more police presence. I think on the train, not at the train station, but on the train, and not at 3 o'clock in the afternoon where kids is there. Not 5 o'clock when the community throughout the whole time. Like we said last week, bring that branch back of the transit police department. You know what I mean? Bring the transit bureau back. Then you have a task force that could just deal with that.
That's where I was gonna get, because I was gonna say last week it felt like it was a different tone when we were talking about that over there. You were kind of against going through some bag checks that was there. So adding on a metal detector is a whole nother bag of worms that we're gonna open up there. I'm not with at least a metal detector. I think that's not only a waste of time, I think that's a little invasive after that one. But bag searches is something that I advocated for last week. Bag searches is what I'm going to advocate for this week. More police presence, as in the MTA transit. Like you said, you don't know who should be riding on the train. You don't know who's going to be in the certain cars or what's going on and moving back and forth, doing what they got to do. I don't care about any of that, bro. They need to go ahead and go do that to take their steps to that. But metal detectors and everything else, I don't know, because I'm not against if you feel like you have to protect yourself some way, somehow. If it involves that you carry around a small blade and you know what you're doing, or you go ahead and, there's work situations when people will have to go through that and explain that every single day. And, well, why do you have a box cutter? Yo, I'm a carpenter. Why you got to, whatever. I open boxes all day, So I wouldn't want to go ahead and go that way. But something has to go ahead and go change. And I think the best way to go do it, because we keep circling on there, is keeping people or keeping track of all the people who do these incidences on MTA platforms. We keep a track of all these people who keep on getting in trouble and not allow them to go ahead and be on the train.
But then, okay, Uncle Jack, you got anything to add to it?
Metal detectors for 9 million people is what I'm thinking. All right, there's 9 million people in New York, and about maybe 5 to 6 million take the subway station. That is a lot. That's a lot of people getting held up. That's a lot of people acting crazy, getting arrested for that, or even detained for, you making me late with all of this, blah, blah. I don't have, you know how it goes. I don't have nothing. I don't carry nothing. You making me mad late with this. Is keys or something. It has to be something that's faster. It definitely because the metal detector is going to go off for everything. Your belt, your sneaker. If you got a metal piece on your boot, if you got work shoe boots on, your boots are metal. You got steel toe boots on. That metal detector is going to go off for everything. You would basically have to do the futuristic and spend money to have an X-ray where you can just keep walking without stopping. And if it goes off, now we clap you. Now we grab
talked
you
about
up.
last week. Yeah.
Now we grab you up. Like, hold up, bro.
Yeah. That's where this whole freedom situation we was talking about. No. Now you pushing it and trying to go too far. Yeah.
Because I get protecting the citizens, but there's always going to be somebody that's running late. It's always going to be somebody who already has a bad temper. It's always going to be something that makes that go wrong. But that'd be anywhere. It's always going to be somebody with a messed up, outlook. They just angry all the time. Somebody that's running late, somebody that's hungry, somebody that has a toothache, and they just ready to explode. Whatever. Pause. It's all, and then it's with New York City, you got a 6 million out of 9 million chance. You got a 66% chance of, you know what I mean? And it's like that's a lot of people and a lot of trains. What you would have to do really is be stereotypical and put everything in the hoods all over again.
And we were talking about how it's because you're giving a real, now take that number who's supposed to be taking the train, and then you got to subtract that people who own cars, right? So we got
I did with the 9 because it's 9 million, about 6 million use the train.
Yeah. So even off that, we'll take some who think I can go ahead and take other transportation. I can go ahead and go take other things from there. I can go ahead and
or some shit.
Now they go, congestion pricing goes up. I can't go ahead and go do that. So now I got to rely, now I got to rely more on the train. I got to rely more on the public transportation that goes on there. Now it's like, what are you going to do for those people when that happens? Because we were talking about it there, why it was happening on there, because it's a little conspiracy theory for this let's set up before the masses start taking the train and going crazy on that on the subway. You know, like you said. Imagine after that, if people are doing this now, what's gonna happen when the added pressure comes on? When people are like, "Damn, I gotta pay this much to just be in the city. Like, I gotta go ahead and go do that just to chill or go to work." You can see jobs aren't gonna go ahead and wanna. I'm not gonna compensate you for it. That's not my problem, type of thing. And then there's another problem.
It's just crazy, man.
New York City is going backwards as far as the trains, as far as the train stations, because it wasn't safe to be on the trains in the 90s and all of that. It really wasn't safe. The 80s, 90s, all that, it wasn't safe. They got decent in the late 90s to 2000s for a little while.
Mhm. I remember.
And now it looked like it just made a
renovation.
complete 180.
Again, a police presence. It was a heavy police presence in the 90s, you know, mid 90s, where
That's
Rudy
also true.
Giuliani.
you know
It's also true.
you
The
seen them,
MPA
you know what I
transit
mean?
police was a thing, man.
And if you didn't see them, they was undercover, and you knew they, you know what I mean? They was catching turnstile. I hate to say it, but you know what Giuliani said, what was it called? The minor the little crimes, you know what I mean? The petty crime, you know,
Mhm.
Right.
you know, he had the turnstile. Now, like you said, Jay, if he was there, a cop was there. Now, granted that they were checking bags. He didn't have a bag. He had the gun inside his pocket. Say,
Hold on. To stop you there,
Mhm.
he used the emergency exit in
Yeah, I'm
order
about
to
to
enter.
say that. I'm about to say that. But
So,
say people was there, but say he would have
mhm,
paid his fare. He would have still got
mhm,
onto the subway. You know what I mean? So that deterioration of the bag check, that wouldn't have been a factor for him in this case right here. But
I
now
I guess.
what it could have done, either A, he would have went to another train station just because he didn't want to pay the fare, or
Mhm,
B, I'd have paid the fare and got on the train anyway. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So like that factors into a little bit, but the metal detector, the X-ray machine. X-ray machine is like I think I didn't want to say that, but I think that would be the best thing. But at the same time, with that,
That's an invasion of privacy on that one.
invading
Man.
the privacy, radiation, you giving off
But
radiation to me, and all type of shit that I don't want.
the problem is that there's two things you're throwing out. It's hypotheticals. We know what already happened. He chose not to go ahead and pay his fare to go ahead and go that way, right? That was baseline from there.
Mhm.
So if police is there, if there's somebody there, or he's known to go ahead and if I had the chance of going ahead and not knowing police was there, and I would have gone and jumped that and would have gotten stopped there. You don't take that into account. Police would have nabbed him right there. He would have never got onto the
Yeah,
train anyway.
yeah, exactly. But that was so dumb of him for hopping the turnstile with that weapon on.
Also, I think you're giving him a little bit of leeway on how stupid you are to do anything dumb while you have a gun on you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be real
Oh
with you. Like,
well, yeah. Well,
don't
I'm giving him
don't you
leeway, but
know,
I know my smart ass wouldn't have done no stupid
bro?
shit like that.
It blows my mind that, like I said, if you have to live the life you feel like you have to live, and you have to bring a gun with you, and you have to do whatever the case may be to have that on there, why are you getting on the train? It don't make sense. Or if you want to be political and go, well, I don't have nothing, and you know how times it is. Well, all right, so if that's the case, why are you going ahead and doing anything dumb while you have that on you? You should know in your head, yo, police should be
You should be the
anywhere.
calmest nigga on the train.
I can't do that. I can't do this.
You
I
go to the
can't do that.
calmest nigga on the
Can't.
train.
I'm on the train station and knowing y'all, I don't even know much about this train station. Both of y'all already have said that there's a police station on that train station. There's a police presence there. They will get you there. I didn't even
Yeah,
know
they got it.
because I don't travel all the way over there. I'm not from Brooklyn. I
Yeah.
don't go to Queens like that. So it's like, bro, if you guys know, that must mean it's common knowledge when you're traveling down there. What the hell are you doing? What would have happened again if we say the stabbing and the shooting doesn't happen? He's the aggressor, gets onto the fight, bing, 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 boom, boom, whatever, or the tussle, and he just grabbed them, yoked them up. Police, y'all know police was there. Y'all know police was there. Police come, boom. Let me go ahead and arrest these two, just like you
Mm-hmm.
said. They
Mm-hmm.
run their thing. One goes to jail for however long with
Possession
this
of a
gun
weapon.
because he
Yeah.
wants to go
Yeah.
ahead and be dumb. And this other kid will go to jail for what? Being possession of something or whatever his
He'll be
crime
home
was that
tomorrow.
could have been from there, and then be going home tomorrow. Like it'd be like, all right, don't worry
He'll
about it.
be
You don't
home
get no papers.
tomorrow.
You be here by. Like I don't know where that would have went. You know what I'm saying? But that would have been the outcome of that too. So it makes no sense to me to be that dumb. This goes back to everything I've ever been on a podcast with Uncle Jackie, with Doc, that we live this lifestyle where it's like I gotta be gangster or I gotta be, living on 40, like living on 60, and I gotta go ahead and, be prepared and be living that like yo, bro, if that's the life you live, it's the most unhealthiest thing I've ever heard. Bro, to this day, I have a friend of mine. I have a very good friend of mine. I consider this kid a dear friend. Look, his actions, shout out to my boy Bezo. His actions, because he lives that type of lifestyle and he's a friend of mine, led him into unfortunately living his life down the wrong path, and now he's not with us at the moment. Understand? So it's like, no, it's not. He's incarcerated. That's more of what I. So it goes. I can't be with dudes that's like, yo, if you live that life, and I love this kid. I love this kid to death. I can't walk down the street where he's just like, yo. Why are you so paranoid? What's wrong? If you live that lifestyle, don't you think that's unhealthy, bro? That's unhealthy to your heart. That's unhealthy for your soul. That's unhealthy for your brain. That's unhealthy for. You might be the biggest dude on the block. You might be the baddest fighter. You might be the toughest dude. But bro, internally, you don't feel hurt. Like you don't feel like this is a problem. I can't walk nowhere. I can't go nowhere without thinking I gotta live my life like that.
But
I got zero other friends that are like that, bro. Nobody in my life. That's how much I care about this kid, and this has to happen, bro. So
I think people live with their demons, you know what I mean? And sometimes, they a lot of times they don't open up, certain doors that's closed, you know what I mean, to their people, you know what I mean? But we know, you know what I mean? We see it, but we tend not to also, knock on that door of them either, you know what I mean? For the simple fact that we know that they're not speaking about it. So what is my position as a friend that, to knock on that door for you to open the door for me? I mean,
I'm gonna be real. For context. Excuse me, I went so off base. Excuse me. But just for context, I love this kid. I've done everything that I can and that I could for him. I've opened every door, every window, every crack. I've broken every barrier to try to go ahead and understand. But because of him and me understanding him, it makes me understand when there's some people who feel like they have to be on 40, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand why you feel you feel so unhealthy. I don't know why you so angry. Maybe you need to, like you said, talk to somebody and find somebody to get this out and get somewhere to go ahead and get this help. But
let me ask you a question. And this goes to you, Uncle Jackie, too, right? Any friends that you know? Now we know we've been through a time of me too. We've been through a time of Terry Crews saying that he was through a situation and he's a celebrity. Now, how many friends of that actually said they've been molested, they've been touched, they've been a Harry Weinstein type of shit? You know what I mean? And from a male to another male.
SA.
Yeah, basically. You know what I mean? Like, how many friends that will open up and talk about something like that, to you? You understand? And not saying that you're not a good friend to speak to, but it's just certain circumstances. Like I said, certain people ain't gonna open doors to certain things. You know what I mean? And it's deeper than what we see on the surface. You know what I mean? And a lot of people go through shit. You know what I mean? I mean, I could tell shit about my people. You know what I mean? That if I went through it, my head would be bashed to the wall every fucking day. You know what I mean? So I salute my peoples, you know what I mean? And if I call you my peoples, you my peoples for a reason. And I want that door to open up because End of the day, bro, no one's supposed to deal with them type of demons, and not even demons, but issues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to, as a friend, to knock on that door and be like, "Yo, son, you good?" And a person will say they good all the time. You know what I mean? Because that's the facade. That's that not even facade, but that's the shell that they put up, and they have to
It is.
deal
It's
with, and they
exactly
got
what it
life.
is. That's exactly what it is. A big facade is a big. It's a mask.
It's a shell. Yeah,
It's a
it's a
smoke
shell. You know what I
screen.
mean? It's a
Yeah,
shell.
it's to distract you from all that stuff. And people get acting like you're saying. People get that confused too, with acting tough and thinking you gotta be in situations you don't always have to be in, bro. Like sometimes feel like your life needs conflict in order for it to be valid. And that's not the case. Sometimes you just need to just accept life for what it is, man, and become a better person.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
we didn't have that situation, that's what we should address too. If he, whatever the dude's situation is, I'm not sympathizing. I'm not trying to go ahead and empathize or go ahead, but understanding where he didn't have to go ahead and go do all of that. We could have just stopped that from there. Whatever it takes, police or people like us to go ahead and go talk it out and go. But that has to change too, man. I'm tired of also seeing what we also missing is a lot of us is always on the news for doing dumb stuff. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people like us is always
Mm-hmm.
on the news for some that don't even make no sense. A lot of things is going on that's like, bro, like it's bigger things to worry about instead of worrying about all this your next door neighbor's cat. Like, what are you worried about all of that situation, bro? Worry about yourself and your life. Like, what's going on?
Or how can you better yourself? You know what I mean? And then
Mm-hmm.
from that, how can you better the people that you deal with every day? You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's certain sacrifices that we have to do as human beings, and that's you know, a one be selfish and b also be caring too. You know what I mean? Because you got to take care of oneself. If you don't take care of oneself, you can't be good for anybody else. You know what I mean? As much as you want to try, as much as you want to put it out there, I do this for that person, like if you ain't good for yourself, then that you doing good for somebody else ain't doing no good. It's just shining a little happiness to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, as far as you got to spread the love and spread your knowledge to everybody else, so that way they know what you know. So that way, it won't be no misunderstanding or no. I don't understand because we two different people. Nah, we the same people, but we just move differently. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
we wouldn't be around each other.
I'm just I'm just afraid of, like we talked about before, what is this gonna lead into? Because there's so many doors and pathways that, you know, don't seem right. Like, what if they implement more people and they handle things wrong and they handle things differently? I want to be able to ban people, like I said, and go ahead and not have that. But then what if that takes a turn for people who do small infractions, like, yo, you spit on the subway or you dropped a piece of paper there, and it becomes like point systems where you gotta earn them back type of thing. It's a whole world and mess of possibilities. What can go from there? But I mean, something's gonna have to happen in order to be safe, man. Like I said last week, I had know way too many people who use the transit system. Uncle Jackie broke it down with the numbers. Those numbers don't make no sense. Why all of those people have to feel unsafe? Like that's definitely their job to keep all those people who go on them train stations safe and who use the public transportation safe. And
Can I
also their
just
workers too, because there's a lot of workers that's been attacked too, and they don't be looking out for their own people.
But I kind of think, and I really say this, that I noticed ever since the pandemic, the trains had never been the same. Trains had never been the same. Like, but as far as ridership, as far as the people that get on there, it's totally different people on there,
Mhm.
and coming from all types of train stations, all types of ways, from Queens to Bronx, Uptown, Brooklyn. It's nothing but homelessness on the train at the moment. You know what I mean? They sleep on the train and not sleep sitting up. They sleep laying down with all this
Mhm.
shit, all those scattered all over the place, whether it be drug paraphernalia, anything, bro. And sometimes it could be the whole life savings with them on the
Mhm.
train. I don't knock it, but it do, and I'm just saying at the time There was no one taking them off the train. Maybe when they were cleaning the train, they would take them off at the end of the subway, but they would lounge at that train station till another train come and get on the next train. But all they was doing was refunctifying the train. You understand? So,
yeah, a lot of people also stopped taking the train, and that's why the numbers started dwindling when that happened too. Because a lot of phobias started happening too, where they were like, "I don't want to be in this tube trapped underground." Like, if all this sickness is real and all of this can happen, that is one of the worst places I can be at. Is trapped in another tube with 50 to 60 to 70 other people that I have no idea what their backgrounds are.
That's fact.
I have no idea what's going on from there. So it's like, I know people personally like that. I know, and I've talked to them just recently that I'm just like, yo, you don't be taking it. Nah, bro. I'd rather be on the bus. Because if something happened on the bus, I can get off. I can jump off. I can poof. I'm out. I'm good. I'm good. Taking the train, what's gonna happen if I get stuck between stations? You think I'm getting out and running the tunnels? Like what? I'm at the mercy of whatever happens.
I can front. I had a phobia at one point in time too, and I still do. You know what I mean? As far as the train, and it's more anxiety. You know what I mean? I gotta have a cup of water. I gotta have a cup of ice with me. I have a bottle of water or a cup of ice with me to be on a train. You know what I mean? To where I could be good getting on the train, not thinking about nothing. But once I sit down on that train, and it could be 2 people there, it could be 50 people there, and I just thinking like, oh shit, I'm getting hot. And it's plenty of times where I done took off my clothes and people looked at me like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, this is a weirdo right here, man. You understand? Yeah. And then I would get off the train, go get a water, and I'm good. And I won't even drink that water. I'll take that one sip, say I'm good. It's a mental thing. And I don't know whether it be the food that we eating, the air that we sniffing. I don't know what it is. But it's something. I didn't know. Or it could be the shows, you know what I mean, that we watch that mentally fuck us, you know what I mean? But it's something that's throwing us and triggering these attributes of anxiety, of phobias that we normally don't have, or we didn't have.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think you're missing. I think what you're missing is we're having more of an intelligent understanding of phobias and problems and tics and triggers and how the mind and the body works. And now that we're labeling things, and now that we're going ahead and we can diagnose things to tell you like, well, what you're experiencing is hyper anxiety. What you're experiencing is claustrophobia. It'll diagnose you then, and it goes, well, I've never heard of these things. I never went from that because we didn't know any of these things before. When you used to flip out like that or something happened like that, something was wrong with you, bro. You just acting out. You just acting crazy. That just happens. We didn't know nothing about that. And then it goes, you won in a billion. When in reality, you won in like 25 other people. And the only thing that changes you and other people is how you deal with that situation and how you deal with the triggers that go on from there. Yeah, that's what I think you're missing from there.
But bro, I never had no situation where I had any outbursts or anything or any. But I'm telling you, after September 11th, after them towers went down, bro, I was nowhere near that. Shout out to Uncle Jackie because he was right there next door to that shit happening. And God, and God bless the universe that you hear, bro. You know what I mean? Because she could have been sideways. But it's just at September 11th, I noticed after that, and it just triggered something in my mind to where I know that I don't want to be caught in certain situations because I will die. You understand? Without no air or nothing that. And I think ice in the water. I could squeeze the bottle of water and get fresh air. You know what I mean? I could sniff cold ice, man. This is crazy, bro, and get that fresh air.
You're literally explaining what a bunch of people went through, especially in New York. I'm being all seriousness. It's PTSD. It's PTSD from watching, being around, and noticing things like this. It's not only associated with the East Coast or just prone to New York. There are people who suffer through this throughout the country because it's such a significant event that it caused something in your brain to go, this is reality. This is the truth. This is where I tell you now, back then you'd be like, I don't know what any of that is. Now we have the study
Yeah.
because we've broken the mind down enough. I can tell you with all certainty, bro, all of those are phobias and you're normal for having them. And you literally are explaining your phobia and explaining what you do to cope with that phobia in order to get past it, in order to go do it. And if you were talking to this, I wish I could be able to tell you exactly what it is, but that's exactly what it is. Super anxiety, hyper anxiety to go do that. You're going and dealing with that. It's just like breathing in a paper bag. When you hyperventilate and you start thinking, I can't breathe, to go ahead, shit, I'm nervous. All of that anxiety, all of that pours into the same thing. That all goes into our brain and go, the fight or flight response to know whether I'm going to go ahead and go do something or I got to go ahead and go do. That's what is triggering in your brain, whether I got to be super strong or I got to be super fearful and know I got to get away. That's all triggering in your brain to go, I can't deal with this now. This is how I deal with it, so I can leave, so I can get out and not have to go ahead and face that. So you're normal for going ahead and having that. And that's the problem with it now. The thing is that because we're so smart with our words and our labels, we start labeling other things and start over analyzing other stuff like ADHD, ADD, not being able to pay attention and thinking, oh, there's all these things wrong with you. And then sometimes you're just like, bro, my brain just doesn't work the same as others. That's all that's different from there. And they get a whole hyper analyst of that when they're thinking, oh, this is that, and you might have this, and you got it. That goes into that, and where you will go into, well, that's where drugs and those pills and how they control your thoughts and how they control your emotions and how they control all this stuff through a little itty bitty pill comes into play. So I think that's more where you want to lead into.
Shit, just crazy. I just know that much. Yo,
I'm with you, but just like allergies, like phobias and fearful things and triggers like that can happen throughout your whole life. It can happen no matter when. You never know when they can go ahead and go through that. The brain is mush. It's a very complex thing, and it's a complex organ, but it's mush. It can easily be changed. It can easily be stimulated. It can easily be overstimulated, understimulated. So anything can happen, that major or not. It doesn't matter to you or to anyone else. If it's major, then that's what happens. Your brain makes it a significant change.
Yo, shout out to Miss Phillips. Thanks for joining the page. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you.
Like, love, and subscribe, guys.
Right.
Sorry, we got so off of it from there.
Shit.
This all pours into that, man. And it's people like that I don't want to also, just like we covered last week, the people who have some of these mental problems or some of these issues that don't know or don't want or don't know how to get help from there can also go help, like the programs we talked about, from last week. As part of that 5-point program, if we can identify people who are going through some of these things, who have some of these, and they can get the help to battle some of that. Because luckily for you, all you need is a water bottle, some ice, or some water, and you straight. For somebody else, they might be like, yo, bro, I don't have nothing. I gotta, like you said, I gotta get undressed. I gotta get naked. I gotta punch somebody in the face. I'm freaking out. I got too much energy. I don't know what to do. And then they think, oh, you're a crazy person. No, I just don't like being in the train. I don't like elevators.
Right.
I don't like. I was trapped in the elevator for 12 minutes. I counted it. I walked them down. I was inside of the elevator at work in my tank top.
I would get naked, bro.
Naked. Bro. And I was like, yo, you know what? I'm not doing this. I know I'm gonna sweat. I came out. They was like, what? Yo, why are you so sweaty? I'm like, yo, bro, just get me out. Just get me out. Just get me out.
Uncle Jack, yo, I would get on a Greyhound bus with shorts on, minus 20-degree weather, bro, because I'm scared I'm gonna get hot on that bus, bro.
Oh, man.
Yo.
Yeah, so that's claustrophobia too, just in case if you were wondering. You should look into that if that was the case. There's small places, small increase. I don't do well. I also get overstimulated. Like if we go downtown, if we was to go hit the town and be like, oh, let's go to 42nd Street, let's go ahead and you see me like, it's too many people, bro. It's like my brain is trying to register everybody's face and it's getting overloaded, and I'm just like, nah, I can't do it, bro. I'm more of a mid-scene kind of guy, nice and easy from there. But that and pack trains, pack elevators, I'm with you.
I'm crazy. It's crazy, bro.
Jack, and don't be laughing at my phobias, man.
I'm trying to think.
In the elevator.
I don't think I got anything like that.
Yeah, some people are fortunate, man. Some people's things are feet. You know what I'm saying? You never know what your thing is.
I fucking hate feet.
You know what I'm saying? I know people who be like, bro, I will fight you. Like I will punch you in your face if you put your toes on me, bro.
Certain
Don't put
people
your
like
toes anywhere next to me.
certain people like orange peels, bro. Like there's different types of shit going on out there,
It's
bro.
hilarious.
See, but for me, a lot of that shit is just, man, people done heard it somewhere and they experience one thing.
It
It might
happens
take,
too.
you might need 30 symptoms and you
That
just
happens
have
too.
one.
That
I
happens too.
have this. What's the hypochondriac, whatever the hell that
Yes,
is.
yes. That I know
Mind,
that's the thing
the
too.
mind is a serious drug, bro.
That's
Yeah, I
that's
know.
also the That's also the
I
problem
know.
too with when we have this over labeling and all these other things that go on, and we talk about like, oh, I can diagnose you from there. Then we have these people who go that hard like that, and they'll be like, no, but I think something's wrong with my brain. You got to figure it out. No, something's just wrong with you. It's okay.
Exactly.
Everything's gonna
No,
be
they're
all
not
right.
wrong. There's something wrong with their brain. It's getting in the way of itself.
No,
There's
Yep,
definitely something
and
wrong
that
with
be
his
it.
brain.
No, that's the issue too, bro. That's why I think with me, bro, because I know that shit's a mental thing, bro. When I get on that train, when I get on this bus, I know it's a mental thing. So, but it's all about defeating it. It's like boxing it out. But like I said, we only got 4 minutes left. So, and that's a long, that's another
okay.
call, another show type of shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that was
But
cool. As long as
I
we
know,
all had an
I know
understanding
the
for
mental
this,
thing
man.
though. What you were saying, Jace? Pardon me.
As long as we all had an understanding to this, man. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and again, it's open doors for more talk. Because again,
Mhm.
I know I'm not the only one feeling it. You said you're not feeling nothing. You're not the only one that's not feeling nothing. So there's people that's not feeling the same effect or don't have the effect that I have. You know what I mean? And like I
Mhm.
say, he was right there. So if anybody's supposed to have that shit, it's supposed to be
That's the
him, not
truth.
nothing. You
That's how
know
you
what I
know
mean?
people's brains work differently. You're absolutely right.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. But again, like I know I put myself in people's shoes and I'm like, damn, if I was inside that stairwell, bro, I wouldn't have lived. You know what I mean? Or if I was
Mhm.
up there breathing that toxin, I wouldn't have lived. So I put myself, it's all the mental things, you know what I mean? So I know it is, but it's all about how do I get over that hump of that phobia.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in. Yeah, do is give a
Yeah.
shout out. We're gonna go with Uncle Jackie first. As always, pause.
Yo, appreciate y'all having me here. Appreciate being here. It's always fun. I love the name Yellow Tapes. Beautiful. But yeah, shit. I'll be on Uncle Jackie Sports and Variety Network. I'll be back on with Doc on at 757 on Thursday. And we're gonna be speaking on conspiracy theories and have a little bit of fun there. But yeah,
Word.
man, y'all check me. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Like, subscribe, share, spread the wealth. Y'all have a
Word.
good one.
Same here, man. That's definite for everybody. Thank you for coming in. I love having this conversation with you guys. It's always fun. It's always great going ahead and checking in with y'all and see how y'all doing. I mean, hopefully we get some change. Hopefully we get some better news when we get in here next week and we see what's up.
Oh no! Next week we gonna touch Vince McMahon. So that's not
Oh,
gonna
I
be
don't want to
better
touch
news.
him.
Yeah,
I don't want to touch
pause,
him.
pause. You know what I mean?
That's funny. But
But
can't
yeah,
wait. Shout
You
out
gonna
to
talk
next
about
week,
you gonna
man.
talk
That's
about
gonna
his
be
Bobby Lashley?
controversial as hell.
yeah, we gonna talk about
Oh,
all of that,
That's
bro.
right.
Like, I think that's
Bobby
gonna be a
man.
Lashley,
two-part
the Hulk
series. You know what I
Hogan, the
mean?
Brock Lesnar, the John Cena, all of those.
All of that, bro. And and,
All
and,
right.
and so everybody, thanks for joining. Thanks for the new subscriber.
Word. Always
Congratulations, Miss Allison Phillips. You made the 50th subscriber on my channel, to be honest with you. Because I was at 49, so thank you. Gotta make a big thing about it. Shout out to Nelly. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being my ride or die on the show as well. Because you was the first one here before the
Word.
show started. And your birthday, you and your brother's birthday, Mel. Shout out to Mel. Was the other day, yesterday. So shout out to y'all. Happy birthday. Hopefully I have as
Happy
much fun and
birthday.
many blessings and many more to come. I want to thank my host, Theo J, my host, Uncle Jackie. As always, it's always a good conversation with you guys.
Always
The
fun.
vibe is good. even when the vibe is off. You know what I mean? So as long as we could build on the conversation that we have, and you know, our great minds build, and that's what it's all about. You know, go to Uncle Jackie Sports and Sports for Sports and Variety Network. Like and subscribe over there. Go to Doc0528. Like and subscribe over there, and stay tuned for next week. We
Can't
out.
wait. Yeah, be safe.
Peace, y'all.
You know, I gotta be good later. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.